Hey, what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going over what I consider the best hybrid Moze build that is going to be taking the Borderlands builds by storm. This is GameBreaker Moze. We are going to go over the skill trees and then gear and then all the hidden little interactions as to why I consider this GameBreaker Moze. I hope you guys enjoy. So in the blue tree, we have Fire in the Skag's Den up to 5. Last mod is going to be giving us only 1. We have means of destruction for the splash damage for grenade chance and ammo chance to be regenerated. We have 5 points of tutorial cross promotion, but 3 into our class mod. Stainless steel bear because we are going to be entering and exiting Iron Bear. It also works with Fire in the Skag's Den as well, still boosted by that. Auto bear because auto bear has a few unique interactions with this build, and also it will persist after bear is depleted. Pull the holy pin so that grenades can crit. Vampire into 1 because we're not really doing a lot of healing with this. Our healing is going to be coming from biofuel instead. We have 5 points of biofuel for HP regeneration. Big surplus for fire damage whenever our action skill is cooling down. It works for literally every single thing that we're doing in here while our action skill is cooling down. It's amazing. It's times 31 mayhem scaled. Definitely a really good pickup for the build. Really big guns for Iron Bear damage. 2 points into double time so that we get extra movement speed. Fired up. Every time you apply a status effect to an enemy, you gain increased fire rate for a short time, and it's stackable. Nitrodium engines, you get max fuel and action skill cooldown rates. Never gonna give you up. Now, this skill is absolutely amazing. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear applies a status effect to an enemy, Iron Bear gains fuel. You get up to 25%, it has diminishing returns. Very, very, very good to keep our bear out as long as possible. Superior firepower. Now, whenever Moze or Iron Bear inflicts a status effect on an enemy, they gain increased status effect damage. Now, this will be affected by Guardian Angel. This will be affected by any sort of status effect that you do in the game. If you're doing a cryo element, it will not do a status effect. Instead, it will do 100% bonus cryo damage instead, because cryo does not do a dot at all. So instead, it just converts it to damage. So 100% bonus cryo damage instead. 1 point into limit break just to move down the tree. Its action skill cooldown rate. It's amazing as a skill. I think it'll beat out explosive punctuation for sure. So I would take limit break. Feature creep. Now we're getting 18% damage and 45% damage resistance. And we're also doing running on fumes. Whenever we ignite an enemy, we do not consume fuel for a total of 6 seconds. Inside the green tree, we have Daka Bear. Daka Bear has Iron Bear damage and Iron Cub damage, and is also going to have a few unique interactions with this build. Cloud of Lead, fire damage, and you won't consume ammo on your 4th shot. Stoke the Embers, increased fire damage. Redistribution for critical hits, we get ammo regen. Scorching RPMs for fire rate and crit damage. And Specialist Bears, so that if we're dual wielding, we get increased damage by 60% on that. I only have 1 point into Security Bear, because that's all we have, and the only pointed red tree that is needed for this build. We don't take damage in our Iron Bear, because we have that bubble to take all the damage for us. Now let's get into the gear, and why this is going to be called GameBreaker Moze. So, we're using the Guardian Angel with Vanquisher rocket pods, because we're going to be using nukes for mobbing, and rocket pods for bossing. This will work with it. We have the Free Radical and Plague Bearer just for Fight for Our Life in case for some odd reason we go into Fight for Our Life. Multivitamin Plus Ultra, if we hold this and we enter Iron Bear, we get 125% Iron Bear armor. So that'll increase it to about 6 million armor for our Iron Bear approximately. We have the recurring hex with a very unique annoyance. We're going to come back to this one very shortly. Snowdrift Victory Rush. Now you can use whatever sort of artifact you want for this. You could do Atom Bomb, you could do Snowdrift Victory Rush. As long as it has decent passives, area of effect damage, grenade damage, action skill cooldown rate, those are totally fine. Snowdrift Victory Rush with cooldown, AoE, movement speed, those are also totally fine. Whatever your preference is, you can go ahead and use that. It's just passives that are going to be important for this. And finally, the Minesweeper. It's going to have grenade damage and grenade radius with action skill cooldown rate. This is going to be a main proc of this entire build. So why is this annoyance? While Iron Bear is active, taking damage has a 20% chance to spawn a grenade. Now, for the longest time possible, the automatic answer for does Guardian Angel work and Iron Bear work was always a no. Until now. While Iron Bear is active, taking damage has a 20% chance to spawn a nade. If we're taking damage and that nade spawns, if we enter Iron Bear with the Guardian Angel last in our hand, that will work. The grenade and the Guardian Angel together will work. That means we can combine not only grenade modes, but we can combine your favorite Iron Bear build because it works with miniguns, it works with nukes, it works with railguns, it works with anything. So we get grenade modes and any sort of Iron Bear build that you want at the same time. Because this tricks the game into thinking that Moze is throwing the grenade. It also procs Minesweeper, it works with Auto Bear, it works Inside Bear, it works in Daka Bear, it also works with Iron Cub. It works with any sort of thing you can think of, and it also counts for Guardian Angel. Now, it also procs Minesweeper because we have Means of Destruction, because it can crit. It can cause status effects, which activates half of our purple tree, so we can stay in Iron Bear longer. This is severely, severely broken. You can do Recurring Hex, you can do Hunter Seeker. Hunter Seeker will proc Short Fuse if you want to do that route. You can also do Cloning Maddening Tracker if you want damage. The Recurring Hex works on here because it applies status effects easily, and also it doesn't do a lot of damage to you. It does more damage to them. So I like the Recurring Hex, but you can use any three of those nades that I just mentioned. Let's go ahead and bring this to the field, shall we? So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to equip our nukes for mobbing and just vanquish our rocket pods for bossing. Let's go ahead and put this on the field, shall we? Now, we'll enter our Iron Bear, and we'll take a couple hits of damage first. You guys will be able to see the grenade spawning. There's a grenade. We back up. The more that we back up, the more damage that it's going to do. It is amazing. That gets nuked. We procced Never Gonna Give You Up, so we get our fuel back. We don't consume fuel for a short time. Victory Rush works for Bear. Victory Rush does not work for Bear. Victory Rush works for Moze, so that means if you're in Daka Bear or if you are outside of Bear for whatever reason, that's when you'll get it. However, when you're in Daka Bear, you can also proc Minesweeper, and it also works for Guardian Angel. So you can also combine that with Victory Rush as well. This is fine. So whenever we're reloading, because nukes take a little while to reload, we can just spawn out free nades, because why the hell not? So what else you can also do if you want to have some fun, you can actually just stick Iron Bear inside like a puddle of like, say, Shock or Corrosive or whatever. You can leave it there and you can constantly spawn nades out of you if you decide to choose to do that route. Every 1 second that passes by, you'll have a 20% chance to spawn a nade for free. We're also on the Multivitamin Plus Ultra using Iron Bear. Kills increase Iron Bear's cooldown by 30%. I did the math on this. If you get 3 kills with this, if your bear dies, you will get bear back. That's it. 3 kills. That's all you need. Auto Bear also lets that grenade annoying proc, right? Yes. Auto Bear, Daka Bear, Iron Cub will all let that annoying proc.
Let's do this.
Every single time that bear is out, for whatever reason, it will work. No matter what. So we blow up all this stuff. There's our Recurring Hex. That was Minesweeper there. Those 2 die. Didn't even have to shoot at them. Now the other cool thing about nukes whenever you're mobbing is I see a lot of people complain that Bear takes a lot of self-damage, Moze takes a lot of self-damage. Here's the cool thing about nukes. See this wall here? Yeah, you take no damage. So you can shoot at your feet, you can shoot at the distance, you'll take 0 damage from the nukes. So you feel free to shoot wherever the hell you want. Now we lost like 2 million damage there, and we like auto-healed it all the way back up because of biofuel being at 5. Biofuel health regeneration is a lot of fun. We have a lot of action skill cooldown rate as well on our annoyance, on our skills, and on our passives. So we are looking pretty good for cooldown. We're almost in bear anytime we need to be in bear. The only time we're outside of bear is if we trip a barrel, or if we just have it like diminishing return and finally ends. But then you just need 3 kills and then you're back in bear right away. So that doesn't matter. Now for bossing, you want to do Vanquisher pods, because Vanquisher pods will be a lot faster and it'll do a lot of damage to single targets. The nukes are nice because they have a lot of splash. They don't hurt you, and they can hit like a huge wide spread area to take out all those mobs very, very quickly. And if we enter, pop all these guys, move forward. Something shot me, there's a free nade. Now, I mentioned earlier that this build can work with your favorite bear. If you don't like dukes, and if you don't like Vanquisher pods, that is totally okay. The first version that I did on this build was actually a minigun version. Until it seemed as if nukes was a lot more fun and a lot more consistent. But if you don't like nukes for whatever reason, totally okay. Go ahead and toss whatever sort of favorite bear build that you have. We'll actually show an example of that really soon. We'll go ahead and kill Tron here like we normally do, and then I'll show you the minigun version. The Vanquisher pods just ends him really, really quickly. One pod does about 29 million damage, and it is a 3-round burst. One of those pods is 29 million each, so 29 million times 3. You're looking at just under 90 million for one shot. It is very, very overpowered. So let's go ahead and move over to the minigun version right quick, because just to show an example of a different style version of this, in case you don't like it. Both of these are going to be posted in Discord, so you take your choice on whichever one you want. This one here, it can be a little bit more risky because explosive miniguns can hurt you, and some people don't like that playstyle. But if you want a little bit more damage, this one's a higher DPS version. Exploding miniguns, CMT with Minesweeper, those will all hit very, very hard. So it's pretty much the exact same style. This one has higher DPS because it has more fire and skegs and 2. 1 less into biofuel. It's pretty much the exact same build, just a little bit different. Using the Guardian Angel, multivitamin plus ultra, same annoyed. Floating maddening tracker, grenade damage, Minesweeper with grenade skill damage, and last one doesn't matter. Grenade and skill damage is going to be for your bear and for your nades. A little bit higher DPS. Do I use exploding bullets often? I like nukes more on this style of build. I like nukes more a little bit, just because I like not blowing myself up. But this one has far higher DPS, so it really depends on your style of play. Do I have a railguns version? I don't have a railguns version, just because I don't think railguns is the best with this style. It can work. I would just say take the exact same skill tree and just move it on over to that. The only thing you would need to do is change your Guardian Angel Anoint to railguns. Other than that, it could be the exact same version. Exact same skill setup, exact same gear setup. You would just have to switch your Guardian Angel to the Minigun Anoint. So this one's a lot higher DPS, like literally one shot from these will kill everything, just like the nukes would as well. But these can hurt you, so you do have to be careful. As you can see, I blew myself up because I wasn't careful. It is very, very risky if you are doing that. But this build will do a lot higher damage. So if you're looking for a faster hemo kill, if you're looking for a faster Wotan clear, this will probably be your choice, but you have to be careful. If you want more consistency, with like really high damage still, you're gonna want to go with the nukes version. The nukes version is very, very good, and I like it a little bit more. But this build here does it all still too. The cloning maddening tracker is going to be doing a lot more for you too, because it'll spawn 20 nades, and the 20 nades will all have a chance to crit, which all has a chance to minesweeper, whereas the hex will be a lot less than that, and also it won't do as much damage. We'll go ahead and clear one more room for you just to show what miniguns can do. You have a little bit more freedom on shots too, because you don't have to shoot just one and reload right away. You actually have some freedom of heat to play around with, which can be nice for it. However, when you shoot one nuke, you clear a room anyway, so it's really just preference for you. The coolest thing about the annoyance with the Guardian Angel like interaction is right now there's not a lot of people that know about it. There's very few people who know about it. So if you are watching this video and you want to take this build, or if you have all the necessary gear for it, congratulations, you are in a very small percentage of people who do know about this interaction. I do truly think that it is extremely overpowered if used in the right hands, and I think that you guys will all enjoy it. You guys are, as Rohan says in the Twitch live stream, part of the elite few. You guys are very, very special. For those that don't know, on the YouTube side, we're actually live streaming this as well. That's why you probably heard me answer some questions. I actually do prefer answering questions while doing this, just so I can bang off even more. Always a lot of fun. But both builds are going to be available for you guys to download. They are in Discord as of the time of this upload. So enjoy whichever version you want. Feel free to play around with this a little bit more. There's still a lot to be discovered with this. I'm sure there's probably more as time will go on. There ended up being about 5+ interactions with all of this just together. But again, there's probably more, so feel free to play around with it, see if you can find anything else. Maybe it'll work with an Unforgiven. I imagine it would, but there might be something else out there that maybe you can discover for the first time. Who knows? We're gonna do one quick little trunk kill, as we always do. We'll probably be able to take this bear there, except doors are invincible to us, and we'll probably sign off from there. You only learned it from me? Yeah, there's not a lot of people who know about this. I asked a bunch of people before recording this video if they knew about it. Most of them said no. So this is very, very not known. That's a sentence. This is a not well-known interaction right now. So it's a lot of fun. Alright, cool. Nice little quick kill on Trant. Most bosses will fall over just like that. So DPS version or consistent version, depending on what you guys want. The gear will slightly change. This one has a minigun GA. It also has a CMT as well with the same annoyance. Feel free to play around with it and whatever you like more. My name is Bflattened. I'm signing on out of here. Take care all, guys. Laters.